In the heart of a forgotten village, shrouded in an eternal mist, I found myself drawn to a dilapidated mansion that loomed like a phantom against the gray sky. The village seemed frozen in time, its eerie quiet broken only by the occasional creak of weathered boards and the distant howling of unseen wolves. As I approached the mansion's decaying gates, they groaned open of their own accord, inviting me into the cold embrace of its haunted halls. The air within was thick with the scent of decay, and the grand staircase whispered with the memories of opulent parties long gone. Dim candlelight flickered in the vast, echoing corridors, casting elongated shadows that seemed to dance with unseen entities. The walls bore portraits of somber-faced ancestors, their eyes following my every move with a disquieting intensity. It was as if the mansion itself were alive, breathing in the echoes of its own past. A distant piano melody, mournful and haunting, echoed through the emptiness. I followed the sound to a forgotten ballroom, where a spectral pianist played with phantom fingers. The melody wove through the air, conjuring images of a tragic love story that had unfolded within the mansion's walls. A cold wind swept through the ballroom, extinguishing the candles and plunging the room into darkness. Whispers surrounded me, carrying with them the ghostly laughter of a bygone era. I felt an unseen presence brush against my skin, and a voice whispered ancient secrets that sent shivers down my spine. In the mirror-lined hallways, reflections distorted into grotesque images of the past. Figures from another time moved in the corners of my vision, their silhouettes disappearing when I turned to face them. The mansion seemed to play tricks on my senses, revealing glimpses of a spectral ball unfolding in the ethereal realm. As I reached the mansion's attic, a room forgotten by time, I discovered a dusty collection of letters that told a tale of tragic love, betrayal, and a curse that had bound the mansion to the restless spirits within. The realization struck me like a thunderclap, and the air grew heavy with the weight of the supernatural revelation. The once silent mansion erupted with ghostly wails and tormented moans. Shadows converged, forming a spectral figure draped in the remnants of forgotten elegance. The ghostly apparition extended a hand, beckoning me to share in the eternal tragedy that had befallen the mansion. In a frenzied panic, I fled the haunted mansion, its wails of despair echoing in my ears. The village, shrouded in mist, seemed to mourn the passing of the lost souls within. The chilling encounter left me forever haunted, a witness to the eternal dance between the living and the dead that played out within the forsaken mansion's crumbling walls. In the desolate expanse of an abandoned asylum, I found myself exploring the decaying remnants of a place where sanity had long been lost. The air hung heavy with a suffocating stillness, broken only by the distant drip of water and the occasional creak of corroded metal. As I ventured deeper into the labyrinthine corridors, the flickering light of a flickering lantern barely illuminated the shadows that clung to the walls. The asylum echoed with ghostly whispers, the remnants of tortured souls still lingering in the damp, dimly lit hallways. The echo of distant footsteps reverberated through the empty chambers, sending a chill down my spine. Doors swung open with a ghostly creak, revealing rooms frozen in time, rusted beds, shattered glass, and remnants of the tormented lives once confined within the asylum's walls. A sudden gust of wind extinguished my lantern, plunging me into complete darkness. The oppressive silence was shattered by the haunting wails of unseen spirits, their anguished cries filling the air. A phantom chill clung to my skin as unseen hands brushed against me, a spectral touch that left an indelible mark on my senses. Whispers grew into tormented screams as I stumbled upon a forgotten, dimly lit room. A flickering candle revealed walls adorned with unsettling drawings, distorted faces, and ghastly scenes of despair. The air seemed to vibrate with the residual energy of the asylum's tragic history. A spectral figure materialized before me, a silhouette cloaked in tattered hospital garb. Its hollow eyes fixated on mine, and a mournful voice echoed tales of suffering and despair that had stained the asylum's legacy. The very walls seemed to weep with the anguish of lost souls, and the room pulsed with an otherworldly energy. Desperation seized me as I tried to escape the asylum's grasp, but the labyrinth of twisted corridors seemed to shift and rearrange with each frantic step. Shadows danced along the walls, distorting reality into a nightmarish maze from which there was no escape. In the cold light of dawn, I stumbled out of the forsaken asylum, haunted by the echoes of tortured souls. The memories of that harrowing night lingered, a chilling reminder that some places are tainted by the suffering of the past, their walls forever etched with the anguished cries of those who once sought refuge within the asylum's crumbling embrace. Under the cloak of darkness, I found myself alone in an ancient forest that whispered with the secrets of centuries gone by. The moon's feeble glow barely penetrated the thick canopy, casting eerie silhouettes that seemed to come alive among the gnarled trees. As I ventured deeper into the heart of the woods, an unsettling sensation gnawed at the edges of my consciousness. An otherworldly fog slithered through the twisted branches, shrouding the path ahead. Unseen creatures rustled in the underbrush, their unseen eyes following my every move. A distant, mournful howl echoed through the night, sending a chill down my spine. The once gentle breeze morphed into a ghostly wail, carrying with it the haunting whispers of the forgotten. I stumbled upon an ancient cemetery hidden within the forest, where weathered tombstones leaned precariously, bearing names lost to time. Suddenly, the air grew thick with an oppressive presence, and the fog coalesced into shadowy figures that drifted between the graves. Their hollow eyes locked onto mine, and an otherworldly chorus of lamentation filled the air. I felt the weight of the restless spirits pressing down upon me, their sorrow seeping into my very soul. The fog thickened, and spectral hands reached out from the mist, beckoning me to join their eternal lament. Panic surged as I tried to flee, but the ethereal figures closed in, their mournful cries resonating in the darkened woods. Unseen forces toyed with my senses, distorting reality into a nightmarish dreamscape. A ghastly figure emerged from the shadows, a phantom draped in tattered robes. Its voice echoed like a distant scream, recounting tales of tragedy and betrayal that had stained the forest with an ancient curse. The very ground beneath me seemed to pulse with the heartbeat of the supernatural, trapping me in a spectral dance with the tormented souls that roamed the forest. Desperation clawed at my chest as I sought an escape from the haunted woods. The moon's feeble light flickered ominously, casting elongated shadows that seemed to reach out with ghostly fingers. The forest, once serene, became a labyrinth of nightmares, each step leading me deeper into a realm where the veil between the living and the dead had worn thin. As I stumbled out of the haunted woods, the spectral wails faded into the distance, leaving me shaken and forever haunted by the chilling encounter with the ancient spirits that dwelled within the heart of the ghostly forest. In the eerie stillness of the night, I found myself wandering through the desolate corridors of an abandoned mansion. Each creak echoed like a ghostly whisper, sending shivers down my spine. Shadows danced on the decaying wallpaper, casting unsettling shapes that seemed to writhe with a life of their own. The air grew colder as I ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion, where an oppressive silence was broken only by the distant howling of the wind. A flickering candle illuminated a forgotten room, revealing dusty furniture draped in white sheets. I felt a peculiar gaze upon me, as if unseen eyes watched my every move. Suddenly, a distant sound echoed through the halls, a haunting melody played on a long-forgotten piano. My heart pounded as I followed the ghostly music, the notes growing louder with each step. The air became thick with an otherworldly tension, and my breath hung in the frigid air. As I entered a dimly lit ballroom, the piano played on its own accord, its keys moving with spectral grace. I felt an invisible force pulling me into a spectral dance, and my surroundings blurred into a twisted nightmare. Faces appeared in the mirrors, distorted and agonized, their eyes reflecting an ancient sorrow. Desperation clawed at my throat as I tried to escape the spectral waltz, but the haunting melody held me captive. Shadows whispered malevolent secrets, and the walls seemed to close in with each passing note. The room echoed with the tortured moans of souls long forgotten. Suddenly, the piano ceased, plunging the ballroom into a suffocating silence. In the stillness, a ghastly figure materialized before me, a phantom in tattered Victorian attire, its hollow eyes fixated on mine. A spectral hand reached out, sending a freezing chill through my veins. "I've been waiting," the ghostly voice echoed, a lamentation that seemed to reverberate through time. The room warped and twisted, revealing glimpses of the mansion's tragic history, a tale of lost love and a curse that bound restless spirits to its forsaken halls. I stumbled backward, the weight of the supernatural revelation pressing upon me. The ghostly figure extended a hand, beckoning me to join the legion of tormented souls. Panic surged as I raced through the haunted mansion, the echoes of anguished spirits trailing behind. In the cold embrace of the night, I escaped the accursed mansion, haunted by the spectral echoes of a bygone era. The chilling experience lingered, a tale etched into the fabric of my nightmares, a reminder that some secrets are better left undisturbed in the realm of the supernatural.